Okay, we're just going to jump right in and send the link to more people if you want, get them on here. I'm excited about tonight. I have Maryssa Blachette on, and I met her through an interaction pod, actually, and we just kind of connected because her daughter is around Callie's age and watches like annoying little shows like Callie and does cute, funny things like Callie. So we just kind of connected, have talked, and we're kind of on the same level. So I asked her to be on a Zoom, and I'm super excited because I don't know anything about your story. Like, I follow you on Instagram, I see all of your posts, but I've never like heard you talk about your story. So I'm gonna unmute you, and that's what we'll start with. If I can find you, there you are. All right, hello, thank you for joining with us.
Thank you for inviting me. Okay, so I joined in March of 2017, so like 2.5 years now. A little bit about me. So like, I'm one of those people who never knew what the heck I wanted to do. Like, my entire life, never knew what I wanted. And when I graduated high school, I was like, I don't know if I should go to college because like, I don't know what the heck I want to do. That's kind of a waste of money for me. So I just kind of like worked corporate jobs, well, like fast food, retail, whatever. Got into banking, thought that was going to be like it for me. I was like, yeah, I can like climb here without a college degree. So like, I guess this is good. Like, I'm happy or whatever. And in the meantime, I started following a girl on Instagram, and I was like watching her posts and stuff, but I never really like thought about doing this business initially. Like, she asked me about it, but I just like thought like that wasn't my jam, like whatever. Finally became a customer from her like 4 months after following her. Liked the product. She just like, I just kept seeing how happy she was. I think that's what really stuck out for me because and then in the meantime, like, I had been in banking for like a few years at that point. I got promoted, so I was like thinking I was happy, but then once I got promoted, I like became more and more miserable, and I was like kind of like starting to really go crazy, if we're being honest. Like, I was like, is that like, basically I was an assistant manager, and I was like realizing how unhappy I already was, and the people who were in the jobs that I was supposed to want, like, way more miserable than I was, and they were all like horrible and talked about each other, and there was just so much drama and gossip, and in order to be in the management field, they wanted to kind of like rat on all your friends, and like, it was just like really nasty, and I was honestly losing my sanity, and I was overworked, and I was underpaid, and they fired my manager, and I was like trying to run an entire branch with like a partial raise, and like, it was just literally so much. And in the meantime, I'm just watching this girl Allie be so happy and hitting promotions and making weekly bonuses, and like, I was just like really, really curious, but I knew I wasn't going to have a lot of support, so I didn't really put too much thought into it. But she kept asking me about it, and then it kind of seemed like it was like a sign. So I actually ended up joining. 2 months later, I was fired from that job for like a completely unethical reason. Like, I definitely could have fought it, but I didn't want to because I didn't want to be there anyway. And I kind of just realized like that was my sign to like not like go, like not do that anymore. You know, like, I just knew like this is where I needed to be. And at the time I hadn't even promoted yet. So I was like very set on going diamond though. And then I went ruby like a month later. I actually didn't go diamond until March of 2018, which was my 1-year anniversary. And I actually found out I was pregnant 2 days before I went diamond, which was crazy. So in the
I don't know
meantime,
if we've like talked about it before, but I joined around the same time, and then I promoted to diamond around like a few months after that. But then how old is Nova now?
she is going to be 8 months in like a couple days.
Okay, Callie's going to be 10 months in a couple days. So I was like, wait, that sounds really familiar. That's funny.
That's so crazy. Yeah, so it was just nuts. Because I was just nannying at the time. Like, I haven't worked a corporate job since, and obviously I was able to be home full time entirely before I even gave birth, and then I went double this March. So yeah.
And that's awesome. Yeah, I've never even heard your like whole shebang story. But I like that. I feel like there's so many people that just don't know what they want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so we are in the same interaction pod, and I see all your posts. So I want you to talk a little bit about life post because you're good at them. So just where do you get like your inspiration from life post? Best time that you post them, how often you post them? Just kind of talk about some life posts here.
Yeah, for sure. So I think one thing I didn't really realize initially, and I wish I knew from the get-go, is like it's so important to write your own life posts, because you might see something that you resonate with. And back in the day, I thought it was okay to copy and paste. And I'm just going to tell you now that like, it's not. Like, you need your following to be reading you. And you might read something that I wrote and think like, wow, I can relate to that. And that's awesome. And you should definitely use that as inspiration to write your own, but you need to write your own. And what is so important is to talk about where you're going, because people want to join people that know where they're going and that have a vision. So literally, like, really early on, I was talking about like the promotions I was going to hit. I was talking about going diamond, like probably before I was even Ruby. And like, so much so that when I actually did go diamond, I literally had like multiple people tell me that they thought I was like triple diamond because I always knew like where I was going. Like, I always talked as if I was already successful. And that's what I think is really, really important. And I think sometimes people think like, I don't have a story yet and I haven't made that much money yet, but people relate so much more to the little things. So I do talk about buying diapers. I talk about getting gas. I talk about getting groceries all the time, like regularly, because that's what people want. People don't want to go out and buy a BMW. I mean, like, people do, but like, they don't see that as realistic. So those are the things I talk about. So even if your check is like $40 and you think that's nothing, like that's still gas, or that's date night, you know? So literally just talking about the little things that you're able to do is so huge. And I talk a lot about like where I was before. So like, even though like I've been home for a while now, I talk about the struggles that we had before. I talk about the struggles we had even when I was like 19 and I worked at Panera Bread full time, and I had to make like $60 last for groceries for like 2 weeks, you know? Like, I literally still talk about those things because I know there's somebody else going through that now, and I want to relate to them. The other thing I want to mention too that's been really helpful is adding a call to action at the end of my life posts. I try to do that like probably like multiple times a week, honestly. And I get a lot of texts from that. So at the end, I'll just say like text opportunity to, or whatever. A lot of people will randomly text me, and like, that's just kind of how I start like building those connections. And I generally post my life posts either around lunchtime or like in the evening or like dinner time. There's actually a free app called When to Post, so sometimes I go by that. But yeah, like, that's really it. You just have to make sure you're like constantly talking about your goals, even if you don't feel like it's happening yet. Like, just believe that it's happening and talk about it and speak it into existence, because that's how you're going to get there. I promise you.
I think we're twins. I just downloaded that When to Post app. I'm going to show them what it looks like.
That's crazy.
I like heard about it. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like 2 years ago, like when I very first started, but it just like, is this the one that you have?
Yeah.
It just like straight up says don't post, and then it'll tell me like the next best time is going to be at 9:45 and then 10:45 and 6:15 p.m. And then you can kind of just see like this is like just based off. I like logged in with my Instagram stuff, so it's just called When to Post. But that's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have done the call to action just like a couple times, but I just like hearing you say that, I feel like when you have it multiple times, it's not like your followers are going to see that multiple times and they're not going to think it's like weird, not weird, but like just, I feel like the more they see it, the more normal it is for them. Cause I've done it a couple times and like haven't gotten results, but I feel like if I saw like Caitlin post that multiple times and like, okay, that's there. Like, instead of just once a month randomly, like even if that, when I do it.
Know how to approach you, like they don't know what to say. So if you're saying text opportunity, like you're telling them what to say and like how to come to you, and it's like less awkward for them for some reason.
Yeah, and I feel like some people are weird about like, I'll put every once in a while like, oh, drop an emoji, but like people like don't want other people to know because they're like, I don't know, just like weirded out by it. So I'm gonna start doing some more call to actions. And then do most people come to you just from texting you, messaging you, or do you message for distributors? It's kind of off topic, but
I have messaged for distributors. I don't usually. The reason being, like, before I was like, I need teammates, like I need fast starts, and like, yeah, but like I want to enroll people who want to work, and I don't want to just message people about being on my team just to message. And that's like a personal preference. I'm not saying messaging for DTs is bad, because plenty of people are really successful with that, and I think that's awesome. But I feel like I get a good amount of people just by like coming to me because I'm really consistent in posting in my story, and I'm really consistent with my life posts. I do post like I'm not gonna life post a couple times a month and think that's good. Like, no, I'm life posting every single day, and I'm blowing up my story every single day. And it's not just it works, but it's so much about my life that people feel like they already know me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I feel like a lot of people come to me once in a while. I do, like, if I'm talking to a customer or whatever, a potential customer, and I actually think they'd be good at this, or if I'm just following somebody and I actually think they'd be good at it, I will message them, or I will present it to them. But I really only like reach out to people if I actually want them on my team.
Yeah, I've kind of gone back and forth over the past, 2 years. There was like a very short snippet that I did message for distributors, like literally over a year ago, and I signed one on here, and she's still, I don't know if she's still on here, but she's still trucking. And I literally sent, like, I'm not even kidding, like 5-10 messages, and I signed her. I'm like, wait, why don't I do that more? And then Jade like did it recently about like messaging, so I started doing it again, but only to people who I actually want. Like, I'm not gonna message someone that hasn't posted since November. Oh yeah, Abby's right there, almost 2 years. I'm not gonna message someone that hasn't posted since November, like someone that has shitty pictures. Like, I'm gonna message the people that look like they're gonna be good. And then it's like a genuine, like, hey, I forget what my message is, but it's basically like, okay, you might get asked this a lot, but you would be so good at what I do. Like, I give them a compliment about their page. It's just very straightforward. Like, I don't know if you know what I do, but you'd be really good at it. And I just started doing that in the past like 2 weeks, I'd say. I've gotten lots and lots of potential, so we'll see. You know how it is. Distributors take a longer time to like follow up with. So I'm gonna keep being consistent with that. And then, so once a distributor reaches out to you, what's like just the gist of like how your conversation goes?
Yeah, so I'm actually really excited. It's something I pretty recently started doing, and I can't take the credit for it. My best friend, Elisa, she's like under Brittany Grimes, we're like sidelines. She gave me this tip, and it's literally been so helpful. Let me pull, it's on my text replacement, so let me pull it up. Hold on. So if somebody like texts me, or like whatever, like I start texting them about the business, the first thing I say to them is, I'm super excited to talk to you about the opportunity, and then a little blurb about my story. And it's not very long. I'll just read it to you. It says, so my name is Maryssa. I'm a 25-year-old mom to a sweet baby girl. I used to work a really demanding corporate America job. I was underpaid and constantly stressed out. I was introduced to this opportunity in March 2017. Since then, I've been able to make more than I used to around my own schedule, and I spend every moment with my daughter. Would you mind telling me a little bit about yourself and why you're interested before I explain the details? And that has literally been so good for me, because before I was just like, are you familiar with It Works? Okay, so what I do is market for It Works. And like, I send that like after, but I'm immediately opening up to them about me. And in doing so, obviously, like, I'm asking them about them. So like, they feel comfortable to open up to me, and I'm just like making more connections right off the bat. So like, I'm telling them I'm a mom. Obviously, now that I'm a mom, like, most of the people I talk to are also moms. Mm-hmm. And so like, relate about that immediately. Or maybe they're not a mom, but they're telling me like, you know, that they're working a lot and they're really still struggling, and whatever it is, like, I'm immediately connecting with them. And like you said, like, sometimes DTs do have to watch you longer before they're ready to join, but like, I know their why. They just told me their why right off the bat. And so it's going to be a lot easier when they're telling me that they don't have the money yet, or when they are giving me the runaround, I can go back and reference their why, and I can have like a genuine connection. And that's been literally like so huge for me.
I like that. I've been playing around with my words a lot, I feel like, and I like that opening. Kaylin wants to know what the last part was, like the last sentence you said.
Yeah, I can just, why don't I just type it in here? That way, it says like, can you tell me about you before I explain the details, or something like that?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. My script says like, tell me about you, but it's like a couple messages down. And sometimes mean, I've been talking to lots of people, sometimes we don't even get to that point. Like they're like, okay, peace, before I even like get to know anything about them. And then a lot of times, like, cause I followed like a lot of people that were in my sorority, like from other schools. So a lot of times I don't even realize that they were like, or are in my, like the same sorority. And I don't even realize that until like way later. And I'm like, see that I like right off the bat. Cause people are like, oh, I'm in college. I'm in a sorority, blah, blah, blah. So I like knowing all that stuff. That's really good. I'm going to save that. Okay, that's a really good tip. Okay, so then what's your like daily minimums, or some people call them 6 lists, or like just what's your daily goals for the day?
Yeah, for sure. So every single day, obviously I'm posting to my story multiple times a day. That's something that I found is like really, really huge for me. The more often you're posting your story, the more people are going to see it. If you post 20 sides first thing in the morning, like if people later on in the day aren't going to see it at all. So like first thing in the morning, I'm usually like, I usually do like kind of like Jade's 3-3 rule in my story. So I do like life stuff, and then I do like 2 to 3 business things. And so, you know, I kind of just do that throughout my day, but like Nova, like, and then I'll do like a product thing, and then I'll do like my lunch, or like just random crap. I just kind of like figure it out as I go. But like I said, like 2 to 3 at work. I don't want to be like too spammy, but I want to put a lot of my life in there too. I do host a post, so I message for host a post. That's the only way I message generally. So I get out my post messages. Self-development is really huge, obviously. So I do that. I grow my network. I'm mostly on Facebook. I use Instagram as well, but I'm more intentional with Facebook. So the way I like to grow my network is I'm in a lot of groups, specifically mom groups, because obviously I'm a mom. If you're not a mom, don't go in mom groups, but find groups that relate to you. One of my girls. Okay, hold on one second. Just bring her over here. Sorry, my baby.
Yep, I feel the struggles.
So,
Callie was like really whiny today, so hopefully she's like super tired and will stay asleep.
Yeah, Nova like has not slept today. It's been really fun. So sorry, what was I saying? So yeah, so find groups that relate to you if you want to do Facebook, obviously. And
Oh, Nugget.
Sweet. So my life post, I interact. So I usually do like an interactive post on Facebook that people are going to comment on, and then I like reply to those comments. And I interact on my story, on other people's stories rather. And I think that's everything. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I'll just have you jump into host post, because we are not like, we do host post, but we're not like one of those like hardcore host posting teams. So I feel like whenever we have a guest, I'm like, give us all your host post tips, because I would say none of us are like pros. Like we all kind of dabble in it, but we're not pros.
Yeah, host post is my jam. So like I will tell you, like I used to be the same way. Like I used to kind of do like a little bit of both, and so I didn't really have major results with anything, honestly. And I find just like really committing to one thing it's been huge for me. So so what I do is I message on Facebook. So like I said, I'm mostly doing Facebook. I find that host a post works best on there. So I'm adding people every single day, and then I'll go through and I'll message. Honestly, I message like between 50 to 100 people. It just depends. Like my goal every day is to get up 10 to 20. The more the better, obviously, but I'm going to gauge that by like how busy I'm staying.
Mm-hmm.
So I usually do, hey girl, can I ask you a quick question? No, I'm not trying to sell you anything. A lot of people think that's really funny. I did not come up with that on my own. I definitely heard that from somebody. And then when they reply, like, we're doing a team giveaway. Do you guys do a team giveaway or?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So
$1,000, but we do one.
Yeah. Well, I think ours is like everybody under Cassie, so that's why it's like bigger.
Nuts.
So I'm like, yeah, okay, so feel free to say no thank you. Actually, let me just read it. Okay. So I say, okay, so feel free to say no thank you, but how would you feel about me giving you a post for you to put on your Facebook wall or Insta story, and I can give you an entry, and I'm doing for my giveaway, where we will pick 4 winners for a $750 cash prize. Would you be willing to do that for me? My team is pushing towards a huge life-changing promotion, and I would appreciate it so much. So I'm being really, oh God. This is just real life, guys. So I'm being I think we turned something on. I don't know what happened. So I'm being really nice about it. And so people generally aren't rude to me. Obviously, once in a while, people are rude because whatever. But people generally, like most of the time, people are willing to do it, especially because we're doing a huge giveaway. And so if people ignore me or if people say no thank you, I do not take that personally. I usually just still add from their friends list, and I'll just most of the time I'll just delete them because I need to make room for people who do want to do this. And I have them host a post for weight loss. So that's what I personally feel works best for me. Sometimes I have them do DT ones, but honestly, a lot of guys comment, and like I don't really want to deal with guys, so I like just like doing the weight loss. I feel like that's how I get a lot of my customers, and so they'll just do like, my friend Maryssa is looking for like 3 volunteers who want to lose like 10 to 25 pounds, and right now it says during summer, but I'm probably going to change it to like before fall or something like that. And then like I comment like my own results, which is really important to get your own results, guys. And then I just like check back on it. But that's literally what I love about Host to Post. This is why I'm so in love with it, is like people are coming to me, and so I'm signing more people, and there's nothing wrong with like messaging for customers at all. That's what I did for the majority of my business up until like the past, I don't know, 7-8 months. But like with Host to Post, they're coming to me and they're telling me they want to lose weight, and so I feel like I sign more people because like they're telling me they want to do it, you know. And so that's how like, and I get like, I usually, honestly, I mostly sign keto triple threat, so I'm selling a lot of like 120s on the spot just by doing that, and just by like consistently doing that. And obviously like I said, I'm not getting up 1 or 2 Host to Posts a day, and like whatever, like I'm not going to have 20 Host to Post entries for the entire month, but like I'm trying to get at least 10, but ideally 20 or close to 20 every single day.
How are you doing with like the algorithms? Because obviously I'm not great with Host to Post, but I feel like I've just heard from people that the algorithms are kind of crappy right now.
I think so. Like where it's tricky is like if every single person is using the same exact message, like, yeah, like Facebook catches on. One of my friends actually said she made a graphic, so I think I'm going to try that out this month and make a graphic, because like that'll take a little longer, and then if you just make a new graphic like every month or whatever, like I feel like it'll be fine. But like that's also the other reason that I don't like doing product specific ones, because Facebook knows like when you're talking about the cleanse, or when you're talking about ThermoFight X and you're saying like 31 pounds in 90 days, like Facebook knows. So I think that's another big reason. But that, yeah. But honestly, I'm still getting traction on it, and I don't know if it's because mine's a little more generalized, and I shared it with some of my girls, but not like, I don't have like, I'm no Jade Hooper, you know what I mean? So
is it just your like Word, like just like typed out, like they could just copy and paste it right now?
Yeah, that's what I have. But like I said, I think the graphic will probably work better. So we'll test that out. But yeah, the words have been working fine for me. Sometimes people do them on the Facebook backgrounds. And I've heard those get more interaction, but I don't know. I haven't really noticed a difference.
Yeah, I don't do enough to like say anything, but I forget who said it. Someone recently said something about the graphics, so I made one, and I literally got maybe 4 up, and I didn't get any interaction. So out of your, like, say you get 20 up, how many of those would you say take off, or how many does it, I mean, I know every day is different, but about how many does it take for one to take off?
Honestly, yeah, like you said, everyone is different, because I've had it where like I'll get up 10 that get like hardly any comments, and then I'll get one up that literally gets like 20 comments. So yeah, it definitely just depends. But oh my goodness. Like for every like there's definitely some that get 0 comments, but every like 3 to 5 like definitely have multiple comments.
Do you go through and like bump them after? So you go through and like comment before and afters, and then do you like bump them after that?
Yeah, so I really want to be like a little more intentional this month, because I was going through at the end of the month and I was like just opened up a few more spots and like commented somebody else's results. So that definitely helps, but I do feel like they're just hotter when they're first posted regardless. And also when I was doing that, like, I don't know, the second to last day of the month, and then Facebook like blocked me from, I think it's because I was leaving the same exact comment on every single host post I got up. So comment was not working, and I was like, crap, like, am I in Facebook jail? But like, it let me message still, and it let me reply other things, but I couldn't like.
You're like in comment jail.
It was weird.
Okay, good. That's good to know, to like switch up the comments that we do. That's good. Yeah, okay. I feel like, I forget if it was last week or the week before, we had someone talk about host posts on Instagram. So this is really good for host posts on Facebook. And I don't remember if it was when I went diamond. Was it when I went diamond, Caitlin? I was doing Clint's host posts, and that's how I signed everyone. Or it was even when I went double in January. I was doing Thermophi X.
Yeah, TFX
Sure.
it was like insane. She was like signing.
And it was because that's like basically all I was doing. So
yeah,
I don't know why. Okay, here's actually exactly what happened. I signed so many Thermophi X's in January because I promoted in January. And I've signed, like, not even kidding, probably 40 different customers for Thermophi X. And it sold out, obviously. And like, it took forever to get it. And I think I have PTSD from all those angry customers. So I've literally been like, it's been a mental block. Yeah. It's been like a mental block for me to like, because I got them all through host to post. And now I'm like, oh my God, I can't host to post this. Like, I just need to, maybe that's my goal tomorrow. I'm going to message you for accountability. I'm going to get a shit ton of host posts on Facebook.
Yeah, girl. Honestly, like, the thing is that I kind of had an aha moment. I think it was like January or so when I started getting back into it, because I realized like last year, like the best month I ever had last year was in August. I had my highest ever diamond check, and I was sticking to host, and I was enrolling like every single day, which I had never, ever, ever done before. So I was like, why the heck did I stop? Like, and I really don't know why I stopped, honestly, other than like not a lot of my team did it. So like, I don't know.
Isn't it funny how sometimes you just have to sit back like months later and you're like, okay, what exactly was I doing that month that I was really, really good? Like, I need to do that again. And it's just funny that we have to like think back. It takes us a second. I'm looking at my things. Okay, so I have a love-hate relationship with this question because it's not a one shoe fits all, but I like to ask it just to get ideas from everyone else. But what is your favorite personal development?
Yeah, I definitely agree with what you said. So I personally love to listen to podcasts, and I know I need to get better about like actually listening to audiobooks. Everybody tells me, so I really need to do that. But I just love podcasts because I don't have like a very long attention span, and like she doesn't allow me to anyway. Like, so I like to just listen to podcasts like kind of like usually like while I'm getting my messages out, or like during her nap time, well, even if I'm just like cleaning or whatever. So some of my favorite podcasts, the Ed Milet show is really, really, really good.
What is it?
Ed Milet.
Ed, how do you spell it?
Mylett.
Ed?
He's
like ED?
Yep.
Okay. Put that in the
He's
chat.
like a bodybuilder or whatever, but he has a really good podcast. He has great interviews on there. And then the Craig Groeschel it's like a leadership podcast. That one's really good. And I think too, like, just knowing, obviously, like every single person has to work on different things. So like where I'm at in my business, I realize like I really need to improve my leadership, and I need to like improve on like helping others grow and growing myself. And that's why I really started loving that leadership podcast, because it's helped me sorry, my dog is like in here. Definitely helped me a lot. Just kind of figuring out like how to lead people properly, because I kind of felt like I was like at a standstill. So I really recommend that one.
Oh, I like that. That's why I kind of like asking everyone, because everyone is different, and like
Mhm.
what I tell people, it might not do it for them, but like hearing other stuff, I feel like that's really super helpful. I lost my, okay. So I think we got, oh, that's it. Okay, so what's your favorite part about being like a diamond and above? Like for me, I was like so pumped to get into Jade's page. Like Caitlin has hyped this page up, and I was like, I'm going diamond to get in that page because I'm very blue and I like don't want to miss out. So that was like my big thing. I was like, I just want to be in that page. So what was your big thing to like, I know you said to be able to stay home, but like what was your favorite part about being a double or diamond? Is there anything special Cassie does for her diamonds?
Honestly, though, it's funny you say that because I remember feeling that same way, but I didn't even think about that like until you just said that. How I used to be like, wow, imagine when I'm on the diamond page, like. But no, honestly, like,
Oh,
there's so much. But I think just what's so cool about once you hit diamond is like I feel like up until you go diamond, it's about you. Like you're so focused on yourself and your goals and starting to grow a team, and like it's almost like you need like I don't know what the word is. It's like you need to feel like good about yourself. You need to feel like you're successful or something. And then once you hit diamond, you're like, crap, like I literally have 3 rubies. I have an emerald. Like you're actually helping people make money. And then you realize like beyond diamond, you're helping people make so much money.
mm-hmm.
Like it's crazy. Like it literally makes me emotional. Like my girl on my team who's my diamond, and we're like very different, like, well, we're really similar, but our lives are very different. She's like in art school and stuff, and like she literally doesn't have to work a job, you know, like she literally gets to just do this full time, and art school is very, very demanding, you know, like she's busy and she enrolls like a freaking beast. And if it wasn't for this business, like if it wasn't for like us, like she literally wouldn't even be here. Like she'd be working like as a waitress probably, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes me so emotional just thinking about like the girls on my team who are going to be promoting to like bigger ranks like over the next few months or year, you know what I mean? It's just that it's really exciting.
I always get excited. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go sit in VIP at conference. Who's coming with me?
Yeah, for real.
And then what's your goals? Where are you going next? What do you want to do? What's your future looking like?
Yeah, I'm really pushing to hit VIP before the end of the year. That's like my big goal. And
look at her, she's so cute. She's like way into this.
She loves looking at herself, and she also loves my iPad because I have like the keyboard case. So she like really wants to get
Where's that pretty baby?
You're beautiful.
Oh my god, she's so cute.
But yeah, definitely VIP and just changing more lives and helping more people go VIP. And I don't know, it's crazy, like, because like I said, I've been in for 2.5 years now. I don't know if you ever feel this way, but you're like, dang, like last year was so different. Like I literally, it blows my mind to think about like where am I gonna be a year from now, like thinking about right now.
I've never thought about it like that. That's pretty cool though. That's a good perspective. Do you have anything else that you feel like you forgot to say, or just anything on your heart? If anyone has any questions, you can unmute yourself or put it in the chat.
I think one thing I just want to add is like, I remember like before I like promoted to like I said, like diamond or above, like it's literally like I used to look at anybody who was diamond and be like, wow, like I used to look up to people so much, and then like now I realize we're literally all just like normal humans, just hustling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's so easy to doubt yourself, and I just want every single person to know that anybody can be diamond and above. Literally anybody. All of us are going to be ambassador. That's literally like what you have to always remember, and it's just a matter of time and hard work, and if you're willing to grow through everything, you know.
Yeah, I love that. That's good. Does anyone have any questions? Anything they want to add? I think we're good. Caitlin, do you have anything you want to add, or no, we're good? All right. Well, thank you so much, Maryssa. This was super good. I'll record it. I always say, like, I'm going to get off here and I'm going to put it on YouTube right now, but I probably won't. It'll probably be like in the next couple days, but I'll get it to you eventually.
That's
All right, guys. Thanks for jumping on. I'm going to end the meeting.
you.